Module 8 Data Visualization. Lesson 1 Visualization using base plots for numeric data. In the previous module, we have learned how to transform data in R, how to do conditional processing, as well as how to define our own functions and how do we use them. We also learned to run SQL commands in R. We also understood what is imputation and how do we deal with missing values by applying various imputation techniques. We learned about various members of apply functions. Also, various ways of combining data sets in R. In this session, we'll learn how to effectively communicate information using graphical way for numeric data, use base plots available in R as well as add titles, legends, colors, etc. Data visualization is defined as the communication of information using graphical representation. To ensure that we are depicting correct picture, we must first make sure that the data is in the right form. There are various plots available as base plots. In this lesson, we will focus on base plots for numerical data. Histogram. We'll use hist function to plot histogram of numeric vector. Histogram tells you about the spread of the data as well as how the data is centrally located. Also, it tells us about the shape of the data. Let's plot a histogram of frequencies using hist function. If you use the hist function along with the numerical variable, you get frequency histogram. If you use it with freq is equal to false parameter, you get a density histogram. Also, the breaks parameter helps you to decide the breaks in the complete range or beam the data accordingly. Now let's add color to a border. To add a color to the border of a histogram's bar with the border argument, colors are repeated until all the bars of a histogram bars are colored. To give a single color, you mention border is equal to the color of your choice. Here, we will mention red. If you mention more than one color, the color would be repeated and alternate border will have that color. In this case, we are mentioning two colors, red and blue. Simply by typing colors command, we'll understand how many available colors are there in R. There are about 657 colors right now. There is a huge variety of colors to use for graphics. Let's fill up color to the bars with the COL or color argument. So COL or call, you can mention the color of your choice. So you can see that the complete histogram is filled up with single color. If you want to repeat a color, alternatively mention two colors or number of colors that you want. You may also do bar shading. You can use density argument to define bar shading. Here we have mentioned density as 5. So density argument adds the thickness of the bar accordingly. Box and whisker plot or box plot. To display a single numeric variable with the box plot, use the command box plot. For a variable, you want to plot a box plot. To display a numeric variable according to the grouping or categorized variable, you just mention box plot y tilde x, where y is a numeric variable and x is a grouping variable. To display multiple numeric variables, you simply list them out in a box plot command. Box plot is alternative way to understand the distribution of the data. The middle line is the median. If you plot a box plot for a single numeric variable, you understand the distribution of that variable. We call it as univariate distribution. To compare a single numeric variable for different categories, you would use a box plot. You would use this second box plot where you mention the categories after the tilde sign. Whereas if you want to simply compare two or more numeric variables, you simply specify them or list them in the box plot command. Now let's add a legend. To add a legend to the plot, we would use legend function. The generic code is legend, position, labels, symbol and color. Position tells whether you want the legend at top right, top left, bottom right or at the center. Labels command will specify the labels of the legend. Symbol command use the line type or point style of the marker, whereas color defines the color of the legend markers. We'll add legends to the box plot using the legend function. Now let's take an example of box plot where y is a numeric variable. So in this case, we'll be using Ri or the refractive index of glass as a numeric variable. So now let's plot a box plot for Ri or the refractive index of the glass 3 data. In this case, we are going to add some of the parameters. We'll plot a box plot of Ri variable from glass 3 data. We'll add parameters like box fill to fill up the color of the box. We'll use outpch to decide the style of the outlier. Here 21 defines this particular marker for outlier. OutCOL decides the outline color of a outlier. OutBG defines how do you want to fill up the color of the outlier. So the color which is inside. OutCEX decides the size of the outlier. Here it is 2, so it is going to be a little bigger outlier than you would have got usually. MedCOL decides the color of the median. MedCEX decides the size of the median, whereas MedPCH decides the style of the median. By using all this parameter, we can make our box plot look differently. Now let's get the box plot for refractive index of a glass, but this time for each of the glass type, we would plot different box plot. To fill up the color of the box with 3 different colors, we will specify them using the C function. Inside a parameter box field is equal to, and then we will use the legend, appropriate legend, to understand how the colors are filled up. So here the container type of glass gets the turquoise 2 color. Now let's try out different type of graph. Here we will use data empty cars, motor trend car road test. The data has been extracted from 1974 Motor Trend US magazine and comprises fuel consumption and 10 aspects of automobile design and performance for 32 automobiles. These are typically 1973 to 1974 models. This data has 32 observations and 11 variables and is a data frame. Let's first attach empty cars so that we can refer the columns directly. Now let's prepare the data for the next plot. So we will see the bubble plot. Let's define the radius of the bubble. So here we will define the radius as r as square root of displacement, which is DISP column, divided by pi. Pi is our numerical constant. Now let's see how can we create the bubble plot. To create a bubble plot, we will use the symbols functions. Under a symbols function, we'll define the variables that we want to plot on a bubble. Weight, MPG, so weight of a car, miles per gallon. Circle is equal to R. with the radius r as displacement upon pi, the square root of displacement upon pi. Inches is equal to 0.30, which defines the width of the graph. The foreground and the background color, main, title, and the title and the labels for the x-axis and the y-axis. Now we can also add text to the bubbles, which defines the bubbles. So here we will use text function for weight versus mpg, and the name of a bubble would be the name of a car, since in this case the row names function will give us the name of a car. CEX defines the size of a bubble. Let's look at the output. Here it goes. This is the output of a bubble plot. How do we read it? So let's look at the graph. Toyota Corolla is a lighter car, so weight of a car is lesser, but at the same time it has a very good fuel consumption. Miles per gallon goes beyond 32. Whereas these cars at the right hand side, like for an example Imperial car, has less mile per gallon, but it is a heavier car. So this is how we can read the bubble plot. Once you are done with the graphics, then just detach the data, empty cars, using the detach command. Let's look at the scatter plot. When you draw a scatter diagram for one variable, it just tells you about how the data is spread. Whereas when you draw the scatter plot for two variables at a time, you tell about the relation between these two variables. In this example, we are drawing a scatter plot with Ri and calcium, the refractive index of glass and the portion of calcium in glass. We can see here clearly that it shows a uptrend, which means more the calcium, more is the refractive index of the glass. You can plot the scatter plot using the plot command in R. If you use type as P, it will plot the points. If you use the type as L, it will plot the line. Typically, line chart are used for time series data. If you use the argument B for type, it will plot both lines and points. Let's add some color to the scatter plot. We can use PCH to define PCH argument to define the style marker. We can use BG for the background color and COL to color the marker. Please note that for point markers more than 21 to 25, we can fill up the points with BG and COL for coloring the border. Whereas for the PCH or points markers between 50 to 20, we can just use the COL parameter because the size of the marker would be smaller in case of 50 to 20 range. Let's add axes, main titles and subtitles. We use main and sub for main title and sub or the footnote. Whereas we can use xlab and ylab to specify the x-axis and y-axis titles. We can also specify xlab or ylab is equal to, in the inverted comma, nothing, which means we can remove the titles and labels. Let's try this. Here we are plotting a graph of calcium versus refractive index of a glass. We are using the type as P to define only the points. Also PCH is 25, so the inverted triangles are the symbol markers. We are using BG as red to fill up the color of the symbol and COL to define the border of the symbol. We have also defined the title, subtitle, x-axis and y-axis title. If you want to add more titles, then we have mtext function that we can use to add more text to the graph. Let's look at a couple of examples. In this case, we are plotting calcium and Ri once again, but here we have added the legend at the top left side. To look at the relation between more than two variables in one go, we can use the scatterplot matrix. We can achieve that using the pairs command. Here we are specifying only third, fourth and fifth variable, which are silicon, aluminium and magnesium. To add more colors to that, use the COL parameter. To look at the line chart, we would use type is equal to L instead of P in the plot function. As I mentioned, line chart are typically used for time series related data. Now let's check your understanding. Let's wrap up. We just learned that data visualization tells story of your data. To ensure that we are depicting correct picture, we must first make sure that the data is in the right form. We learned to use various base plots in R for numeric variables and adding colors, legends and essential details to the graph. Thank you for listening.